Today's product update is all about the modding community. If you have an electric bike, a vintage motorcycle, or maybe an older moped, and you want to put turn signals and a headlight on it, we have a complete kit to convert your bike. Okay guys, I'm over at the workbench and I have the entire system laid out here. And what you can see is with this one harness, I have the ability to have a headlight that has a high beam and a low beam, that has turn signals, brake lights. There is a horn output, and there is a signal wire out. So this is a 12 volt output, and that signal will be sent to your controller to let it know to do a motor stop. I'm going to take this apart to show you each component. First up is this main harness. This main harness has your turn signal, high beam, low beam, and horn controller on it. This will go on your left hand, and coming from the other end of it, you have two inputs for your brakes. You have your turn signals, and you have your headlight. This then travels down to a horn output, a 12 volt output that can be used on Far Driver and other controllers, an extension output for the rear lighting, and a single 12 volt connector right here. So all you need to do, whether you have an e-bike, a vintage moped, an older motorcycle, you want to do a conversion on something, all you got to do is supply 12 volts here. And we will have an option, just so you know, to have a step-down converter. So if your system doesn't have a 12 volt output, you will be able to convert it down from 72 volt all the way down. Now, because there's a lot of different e-bike sizes, the line going to the rear uses an extension, and so that just plugs in. So looking at the rear, we have two turn signal connectors. These are 2-pin. And then we have a rear light connector that is a 3-pin. And that 3-pin allows you to have the standard running light and the brake light. So you can make everything legal. To go along with all of these harnesses, we will supply the complementing end. We also made sure to use a proper grade of electrical wire on all of these components. So you can rest assured that all these things are going to meet the correct electrical standards. So if you have a headlight and it doesn't have the right connector, just keep in mind that our kits will be supplied with those NEMA 7 fully waterproof connectors. While these kits are a little bit more expensive than some things you might see on Amazon, they use really high-end components and are going to last. The next harness is for people with a Far Driver controller that want to put an ignition and a new screen on. Also for Far Driver users, we have a new harness for your throttle and an accessory button. So if you want to use a boost, a reverse, or a cruise control feature, this new harness will let you do that. Also to complement these kits, we're going to release a series of headlights, turn signals, and even the Far Driver controllers, the screens, and the brake levers, all to match these components. So eventually, you're going to be able to buy nearly every component from Spark to be able to build your own bike. And this goes right in line with Spark's belief for the right to repair. And we want to make sure that everybody can work on their bikes, whether it's ours or somebody else's. Well guys, I hope you found that interesting. Tomorrow's update is a new service